it's time to tickle our pickles real quick. So this, I'll probably post in the comments the blend this is. This is a blend of a ton of rye, pickle whiskey, 2 high rye bourbons, and Crown Royal maple. And this has not had a chance to marry yet, so this is as I practically poured it all in the glass, or all in the bottle a couple days ago. But, let's see.
Pickle. Pickle.
Literally nothing but pickle.
Pickle. It smells like I can't even tell if it's a sweet pickle or more of like a kosher dill, but like there's kosher dill, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's got some sweet notes, but not much.
It actually does have more to it than
the nose would suggest.
The nose on that pickle whiskey was really strong, so that doesn't surprise me.
There's still a solid pickle note, but like there's a ton of whiskey going on the taste.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this needs room to refine. Ooh.
I get ketchup and I get like seasoned pickle as well, like actually seasoned.
The interesting thing I get on the finish is I get a little bit of that maple. Actually, a decent bit of it as it sits on the finish.
To me, that just tastes. To me, the maple came off as like seasoning for the pickles.
I can see that. Yeah.
It doesn't really come off as maple to me. It comes off as seasoning. I don't hate this.
Right? This actually isn't bad.
I wouldn't shoot this either. I would only sip it.
Which, like... Why do I make good blends?
You just throw a bunch of shit together. I don't get it either.
Well, I mean, there was some calculation of what I put more of than others. But, like... clearly the maple did have enough of an influence that it gave it that almost seasoning note on it.
I guess, yeah.
I wonder where... I'm getting that ketchup note too. I'm wondering where that's coming from.
I think it's just a blend of all the spices. A little bit of sweetness from the maple.
It's not ketchup. It's Dr. Pepper. I'm getting Dr. Pepper more than I'm getting ketchup. It's like a rudimentary form of it, where it's like... That's clearly what it's trying to be, if that makes sense. Where, like, it's all there, but clearly as it marries, I think that'll come out more.
I can see where you're coming from, but, like, if you say Dr. Pepper, it leaves out notes that aren't accounted for. If I say pickles and ketchup, that accounts for all the notes we're getting.
This is fair. I guess reminiscent of Dr. Pepper is a better way to put it.
I can agree with that. Yeah, I don't hate this. I'm curious.
This is... It actually... So the pickle whiskey on its own kind of sucked.
I can believe that.
This kept the good parts of it.
I can believe that.
Wow, that pickle whiskey had much more of an influence. I almost want to take what's left of the Tickle rye I have and dump like the half of a pickle whiskey I have in it, just to see what it does at this point.
I mean, you could. Tickle rye is only like $25.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get.
And those minis are $1. Of the pickle whiskey.
Yeah, I mean...
This isn't my favorite thing, but it's turning out closer to what I expected right off the bat.
This would make a mean Bloody Mary.
I feel like it'd make a really interesting Manhattan, too.
Yeah, I'd make a Manhattan out of this. But yeah, it would make a really fucking interesting Manhattan.
And I mean, it's okay enough that I'm sipping on it and, it clearly needs refining. But that's what it's sitting there is going to do, because this has not had time to marry.
No, it has not. It's still blobbish, but it works, oddly enough.
Yeah, I bet you we're gonna see the pickle actually tone down a bit as it goes, because there's a lot of that in there, and if it's not really all married together, then everything's sort of clashing, and what's super powerful is gonna stand out right off the bat until it can sort of all mesh together and become what it's gonna become.
Yeah.
Then it'll be pickle, but it'll have a lot more of the. It'll be more refined and there'll be more to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this will actually turn out being. I mean, it already is decently complex, to be honest.
It really is.
The nose is not at all. The nose is straight up pickle, and I could not really get much of anything else.
Yeah, we'll see if that changes, but I honestly don't think that's going to change.
I don't think the nose. I think it's actually kind of perfect that it's going to straight up smell like a pickle, but it's going to taste like something you can pour and have a glass of.
Right.
And it's leaning in that direction so far. Like, this is actually really promising. Really fucking different, but really promising. So, eventually we'll, give it a month, we'll revisit it, see
Absolutely.
where it's at. I might give it a little taste here and there just to see how it's coming along, but...
Do it, for sure. But, yeah, the vast majority of it will be done in a month.
This is really interesting, and I'm actually, I kind of dig it. Or at least dig where it's going.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it, because it's a solid sipper.
Yeah. It's amazing that I just blended a bunch of ryes together and I eyeballed every single measurement.
So is it tickling your pickle?
Consider my pickle tickled.
Bang!